What is going on, everyone? Anthony here. Welcome back to another video here on Let's Talk Resident Evil, and we're going to be continuing our 4K reviews off of the Sony box set that was released 1 year ago, and I got it a year ago, and was able to check out all of the 4K scans over the year. Finally had time to watch everything, and that's what we're doing. We're talking about the transfers today. We're not so much doing a review. We did do a review and commentary on Apocalypse on the show, so you can check that out in our playlist, Let's Talk Resident Evil, and I'll also link it down below in the description box. Now, with Resident Evil Apocalypse, this one is my favorite Paul Anderson film. Why? Well, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis is my favorite video game of all time and my favorite Resident Evil game. And when I finally was able to see this on the big screen, while it wasn't necessarily a Jill escape story and it was all Aliced out and everything like that, but it was kind of meshed together and it was told a little bit differently. Also seeing Nemesis on the screen and Jill Valentine finally, because, you know, when I was younger and, you know, you see this chick on the front, you're like, is that Jill? Well, then you rewatch the movie and you realize she's Alice and it's different, right? On first take. On first take. It's not like I just thought she was Jill. Most people thought that, right? But then seeing the magazines and seeing the hype for this film, it got me excited. And, you know, still rewatching it, I think it's still a B movie, but I love B movies and I think it's fun action. Now, I do think that the horror elements and the slower elements in this worked a little bit better as far as how much it was effective. So let's talk about Apocalypse in this set, because Apocalypse specifically is the one reason why some people get this set for the extended cut, which is on the 4K. It's not on the 2K, but at least the 4K set has both theatrical cuts and extended cuts. So that's interesting because some releases will just put the extra cut on Blu-ray, put the theatrical on 4K, and be done with it. This is kind of cool because I've never seen anything on the extended cut up until this point. I've seen it online. I've seen the screenshots. I've seen the differences. But this is the first time it's here in the US from what I understand. And it's locked behind this set because, like I said in the last video, these aren't individually released. You have to get the set to get the extended cut, to get, you know, the individual movies. Because, again, I think it was like Afterlife onward was on 4K. So at least for the first 3 films, it's one of those things where this is the only way that you can actually get your hands on it. But is the extended cut worth it? Hell yeah. The extended cut is awesome. I actually like some elements about it a little bit more. They toned down LJ's humor. There's different longer shots of dialogue and stuff like that between characters. The church scene is spliced up differently. So let's talk about the transfer a little bit on this set, because the transfer is on both cuts and it looks gorgeous. I love the look of Raccoon City at night. I love the explosions, how they really pop with the orange, and I love the blue color correction that this film always had. It's just, that's what I think of. When I think Apocalypse, I just think blue, explosions, Raccoon City. So it really just has, again, that early 2000s, early to mid 2000s feel, just like the first film. Something that would kind of steer off after, you know, probably right after this film. Right when it got to Extinction onward, they had a different kind of aesthetic. But in the trilogy alone, this is my favorite, like I said, and the transfers are superb on both cuts, like I said before. And the effects also still look really good because there's still a mix of practical and obviously there's still some CG, but it doesn't look terrible. And again, it still has that grounded feel until it got to the later films. But the extras on this are exactly the same. You do get the 2K transfer on the Blu-ray, and I, of course, don't have an Atmos set, so I can't really judge the Atmos, but I did see the reviews for it just to kind of have some reference, and apparently they sound really solid. So Sony Pictures, again, really brings it when it comes to the transfers, and Apocalypse is my favorite in the franchise as far as the film franchise. So that's it for Apocalypse. Now, again, begs the question, is it really worth spending $99.95 just to get the extended cut of this? Definitely not. I would still say wait for a sale, wait for the holidays. It's right around the corner. Yes, it's a limited set, but I'm pretty sure they'll put it on sale again, considering they're not completely out of stock yet. So I'm assuming they sold out last year, made a bunch, and now they're putting it out again. So if you can get it for about $65, then I would say it's worth it for that price. So let me know what you think in the comments down below of this Apocalypse transfer. Are you going to check it out? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and stay tuned for Resident Evil Extinction, which I still enjoy, And this transfer is actually one of my favorites because of the fact that it has daylight, the desert, stuff like that. So we're going to get into that in the next video. And until then, we'll catch everyone in the next one. A big shout out to everyone that supports us on Patreon. With starting at just $1 a month, you get access to exclusive polls to vote on channel content, and with $5 and up, you get exclusive Patreon podcasts, live streams, and much more. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll catch you in the next one.